What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for yet another rant. And if you have a rant suggestion for a future episode that I have not done yet, so you may want to go check the rant playlists, both of them. The old one and the new one, Rant 2.0. It can be about Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, Red Dead, gaming in general, YouTube. You get the idea. Send it my way via the comment section, Twitter, Facebook, or email GeauxBurns@gmail.com. And I feel like I'm kicking a dead horse, and maybe I've mentioned this last week. Yeah, I don't care. I'm ranting about the research. This is getting on my last nerve, Rockstar. And I used to be kind of a fanboy. I used to be kind of one of these content creators that actually had your back when everyone else was bashing you about this and that. Specifically, shark cards. Now, as I pointed out last week, I have ranted once or twice about shark cards. Actually, in those older videos, which are like, what, 1 or 2 years old, yeah, I kind of came to the defense of shark cards. I mentioned this last week, my reasons why. Because at the time, you know, it was merely optional. It didn't feel like Rockstar was putting a gun to our head, forcing us to get shark cards in order to get items in the game. We could still, at the time, you know, grind missions and even heists when they came out in March 2015. Not anymore. Now it feels like there's a big gun from Take-Two and, Rockstar, yeah. Each one on my right side, one on my left side, like boom, boom, right there, telling me you have to buy a shark card, or else guess what? Your research isn't going to go anywhere. It's going to go slow. Really freaking slow. Case in point. Alright, so for fun, I decided just to sit here for like the past, I don't know, hour or so. Well, I wasn't sitting here in my entertainment room. I was sitting in actually laying in my guest room, which is adjacent to my entertainment room, where I can see the reflection of the TV on the ceiling. And I had my controller laying right by me. I even took a photo of this on Twitter the other night. And every few minutes, I would just move the controller around, you know, so that the 13-minute window would not go by and I would get kicked out of my lobby. Why was I doing that, you ask? Because I was researching, or research grinding, or research farming, or whatever you want to call it now. That's what I was doing, because I'm trying to research items in the game, which are taking forever. And I want to show you something, because I'm actually recording this while I'm playing. So this is happening in real time while I'm ranting. This is not, you know, me recording video and then recording the audio later and mixing it together. No, we're doing all this live, in the words of the late Bill O'Reilly. I know he's not dead, but, you know, one time when he was, before his faux news days, when he was on Inside Edition, I think, you know, he has an infamous line where he was like, "Fuck it, we're doing it live," and that's kind of what I'm doing, you know, so to speak. Okay, so what we're gonna do for a little experiment, we're going out of my invite-only lobby into a public lobby. I know, GeauxBurns, that's really, really brave of you, but I want to show you something. This may happen, it may not happen. A lot of times this past week, actually the past 2 weeks, I've had an issue going into the public lobbies. Now, this may happen, it may not happen. One thing that does obviously happen is it seems to take me a few minutes to get into a public lobby. You end up being in CloudFest 2017, and eventually, as the loading screen slowly but surely does its thing, hopefully, just hopefully in this attempt, I might just actually end up in a public lobby. But I'll tell you what usually happens. If it does happen here, if it doesn't happen, I guess we'll find out together, won't we? What usually happens is I get kicked and sent back to Grand Theft Auto 5 story. It's like, it took too long, or an unknown error occurred, and we're sending you back to Grand Theft Auto 5 story, try again later. So, yeah, in order to access the laptop and look at, you know, how the research is going, like what exactly we're researching on, well, amazing, it's actually working right now, it's a miracle. You obviously have to go into a public lobby, which is what we're doing right now. And that's how you access the computer. Just the computer. Without doing anything else. Without selling, without picking up supplies. Just to look at the freaking research. And of course, you know, you have to also go into SecuroServe and, you know, register as a CEO. And, hey, I'm in an awesome lobby where everyone else lagged out. I don't know why it happens. I don't think it's me because I actually got pretty decent internet. So I don't know what the deal is, but, you know, this is my favorite kind of lobby anyways, you know, a lobby of one. Or just me and a few of my friends, viewers, subscribers, and fans. Those are my kind of public lobbies. So, anyways, let's sit down, have a seat, and I want to show you some other things that I'm having issue with right now regarding research. Okay, so manage upgrades. Let's first go to upgrades. Okay, you may have noticed I have purchased all the upgrades. I mean, the security upgrade, that obviously has nothing to do with research. That's about, you know, your stock level, protecting the base should it get attacked. Okay, so that's a non-issue. But I purchased both of these. This was like over $1 million for the equipment upgrade, which is supposed to make the stock and the research progress faster. And on top of that, I also purchased the upgrade for more staff, which is supposed to do the same damn thing. Furthermore, along with these two upgrades, what else did I do? Oh, that's right. I have my entire staff focused on research. And yet, it still takes freaking forever for me to get the fucking thing researched that I'm trying to get researched. Oh, but hey, there's good news, as I've mentioned a few times in a review video and last week's video. I don't care if it's a broken record. I'm just really salty about this. Hey, you know, for right now, $135,000, I can fast track the, I guess it's a holographic scope for one of my guns. Oh boy, thank you, Rockstar. So generous of you. So this is what I'm talking about. Rockstar and Take-Two now putting a gun to your head. Forcing you to fast track because this damn thing takes too freaking long. And another thing, like I've said previously, and I'm going to say it again, I don't like the fact that we cannot dictate what we're working on project-wise. Because if we go to my unlock section, there are several things I do not need. Like, I don't care for the ballistic equipment. I don't care for the SAM battery for my APC. I'm perfectly happy with the cannon that's on it. Alright? What else do I not need? Oh, I don't really need the Zebra livery. I don't really need, the rear turrets for my MOC. No thanks. I didn't need these liveries either, Rockstar. Yet I end up spending time, money, research on shit that I do not need, nor want, or will ever use for various items. Like these are for what? Gun liveries. I'm not interested in these. Maybe one of you are. Maybe one of you wants skull liveries or, you know, one of these other two liveries. That's perfectly fine. Maybe some of you want the Nature Reserve livery, aka the Zebra livery. That's cool. I don't need it. But the issue is, I didn't get a say in all this. The research is coming out of my pocket, my time. Even if I don't fast track the research, which is obviously encouraged by Rockstar, I did take the time with, you know, subscribers, whether it's Delinquent or OG or others, to go and steal supplies in order to get this up, or, you know, once again, send Rockstar more money, you know, just by doing the quick and easy thing by, you know, buying the supplies instead. So either or, you know, this is, you know, coming out of my pocket, so to speak, whether it's through actual effort or through simply just taking money out of my mate's bank account. So automatically, my supplies plus my staff, right? My staff, and I pay them, by the way, $9,400 a day. Each day in the game, which is what, 48 minutes, I pay them $9,400. That comes out of my pocket, not to mention all the other things like the, for example, the secretary, like hers is $300 a day. The mechanics, like what, $400 a day. You get the idea. And of course, the upgrades that I purchased. Yes, all this stuff I just mentioned. And yeah, I still don't get to dictate what my staff in my bunker, which I spent, what, $1 million+ on, along with the MOC, which is what I averaged out to be at least $4 million, depending on whether or not you got certain customization or upgrades. I still cannot dictate what I research. I'm at the mercy of my own staff, who I pay $9,400 a day, who I upgraded, along with the equipment, and it still goes slow as hell. I mean, what kind of BS is this, Rockstar? I mean, honestly, I'm a huge Grand Theft Auto fan. An absolute massive fan. I've been one since I was a kid, since I was 16 years old, back in high school, on the original PlayStation 1 with my friends on weekends getting together for sleepovers in 1997, 1998. We would play the original top-down Grand Theft Auto game on the PS1, taking turns wrecking havoc. Seeing how far we could go before we got killed. Then we would, hand the control over and see how far the other friend would go. This is what we did in high school for fun. And since then, I was a Grand Theft Auto fan. I eventually got, GTA 2 on PC, then Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories on the PSP. I got, Grand Theft Auto 4. I even got Chinatown Wars on my iPhone. And yes, I have bought Grand Theft Auto 5 3 times, Rockstar. 3 times. One time for the 360, once for the Xbox One, and once for the PlayStation 4. So I've spent a few bucks buying Grand Theft Auto games. Not to mention the other Rockstar games I have bought. Like, Red Dead Redemption, Bully, for example. And some of these games I'm mentioning, like Grand Theft Auto 5, I've bought more than once. And yeah, that includes Grand Theft Auto 3. Because, I bought it on the PlayStation 2. Then I think I also bought it on the original Xbox. And then I bought it again on, I think, Xbox 360. And I think, that's right. I also bought it on the PlayStation 4, along with Vice City and San Andreas, because, I have Let's Played all 3 of those games on my channel, along with Grand Theft Auto 4. So, yeah, I am kind of a Grand Theft Auto fan, and kind of a Rockstar fan. And I've purchased, probably hundreds of dollars worth of games. And who knows how much I've spent on the fucking shark cards. A, because I'm a content creator, and I got to show off the content. And there was a time in this game when I was able to actually grind missions and grind heists in order to raise the money. And every now and then, I would buy a shark card. Okay, I could get a shark card. There's a discount. If I buy a Megalodon, I get extra 50 bucks worth of shark cards, so that's fine. I had to do it every now and then, but with each passing update, it's gotten worse and worse. And Gunrunning has taken it to a whole new level. And so, yes, this is kind of a sequel to last week's rant. And, yeah, it's a bona fide, full-fledged rant. Like, sometimes my rants, you may say that maybe it's not as rant-tastic as it could be. Sometimes it is. And this time, that's the case. Because, hey, Rockstar, Take-Two, you guys have made between $500 and $1 billion off the shark cards alone. How much is enough? How much is too much? Why are you going this way? I mean, it's just like I said last week's monetizing rant. This is getting beyond ridiculous, and it's making somebody like me, who is an avid Grand Theft Auto fan, along with a Rockstar fan, even a Take-Two fan, because I play Take-Two games as well, like Mafia 3, another game I cover on the channel. It's making somebody like me very salty with both the publisher, Take-Two, and one of my favorite developers, Rockstar. You see what this is doing to the Grand Theft Auto community, Rockstar and Take-Two? This is turning the community against you. Just like with your act against the mods a few weeks ago. That was freaking brilliant, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. Just like with this nickel and diming, and shark card grabbing from research, part of Grand Theft Auto now. I mean, come on, Rockstar. I mean, we've been loyal to you guys. Loyal to you, a lot of us, since 1997, before you were even Rockstar, but when you were DMA. With your original top-down Grand Theft Auto game. With the, lesser-played GTA 2 on PC. With Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, Liberty City Stories, San Andreas, which I've been Let's Playing this week. Along with Grand Theft Auto 4. It's just... It really breaks my heart, Rockstar. It really does. That you're actually doing this to your community. To your fans. To those who have supported you, from the ground up. For, what? Going on 2 decades now. That's right. The 20-year anniversary of the original Grand Theft Auto game is coming up in October. That's when it came out. 1997. For nearly 20 years, I have been a fan of your content. And for you to do this to us, this is a major stab in the back. And it really makes me dread what you have in store for us for Grand Theft Auto 6, if there's ever a Grand Theft Auto 6 or Grand Theft Auto 2.0 or the next DLC, whatever else you got planned up your sleeves, Rockstar and Take-Two. Oh, that's right, Red Dead Redemption 2, which a lot of us, including myself, we're looking forward to because we were Red Dead Redemption fans. But, you know, of everything I said last week regarding Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two's quote. By the way, I used to be a Strauss Zelnick fan. Not anymore. About, you know, further monetizing your games like you're doing right now with Gunrunning. Yeah, and as you can tell, as my rant goes on, as you slowly but surely see the research bar go up little by little over the past few minutes in live time. Okay, live time. All right, so I'm very, very concerned about the future of Take-Two games. I'm very concerned about the future of Rockstar games, including Red Dead Redemption 2, and specifically the multiplayer version of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is most likely going to be called Red Dead Online. Like, what sort of money-making, nickel and diming do you have in store for us when Red Dead Online supposedly comes out along with Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2018? I really do have the fear. And unfortunately, if you continue this practice, I fear you're going to continue to lose those fans who are very loyal to you. So before it's too late, Rockstar, please turn the course, just like you did with the mods. Even though I realize, you know, I heard stories that the Housers don't really care for mods anyways. That was more of a compromise of trying to appease the angry, you know, fan base that, you know, play Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC, who love modding, along with the modders out there and Open4, aka OpenIV, whatever you want to call them. But at the same time, Rockstar and Take-Two, how much money is too much money? You're one of the most successful developers in the video game industry right now, Rockstar. And Take-Two, you're one of the most successful publishers in the gaming industry. And you want to know how you two are going to fall from glory, from the top of that mountain you both are on? It's shit like this. By further microtransactioning your games, by monetizing it to appeal to the stockholders, to appeal to the corporate suits at the top of Rockstar and Take-Two with your golden parachutes and your freaking, like, you know, 7 to 8, 9 figures a year, along with everyone else that works under you busting their ass trying to make good quality games. And, you know, they're not getting paid that much. But still, you know, they got job security, I suppose. But how much is too much? And how far are you willing to go before you end up bringing down the very companies that you guys have built?